Hey fatties, welcome back to my channel. If you're still in denial that you're a thought, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so this is the story time of how I almost got my mom arrested. I know. If you want to hear the story about how I was an asshole teenager, then keep watching. Okay guys, welcome back. So it all started when, me and my friend, who we are no longer friends, she got the idea that, hey, we should throw a banger at your house, right? Because, my mom's so cool, she's chill, she's laid back, but she's not that laid back. Anyways, so I was like, shit, that's a really good ass idea, let's do it. So, we started inviting people on Facebook, started messaging people, and it's like, listen, I'm having this party this weekend, you should come over to my house. We invited probably I would say 20 people, right? Not that big of a deal, not that big of a banger, right? But we figured, they're probably gonna bring somebody, and then that person's probably gonna bring somebody. So we even told them, don't worry about alcohol, we got it. Trying to flex on our classmates. By the way, this was back when I was a senior, and I was 17 years old. I thought I knew shit. I thought I knew everything, when in fact I didn't know shit about the real world yet. And now that thinking back to the story, I feel so bad. I was really an asshole teenager, for real. Anyways, so Friday comes, because we told everybody, be there Friday. Friday comes, and at our school, we had this... it was called spin, no, it wasn't called spin night. What the fuck was it called? I don't know, but it was some kind of school activity where everybody was at. Everybody was talking about my party. Everybody was like, yo, is it still going down? Are you still having a party? Do we need to bring anything? I'm like, no, we got you, don't worry about it. So, after that ended at 10, so around 11:30, me and my friend, we had everything set up and we were ready for people to come. We had bottles on deck, beer in this little, cute little cooler we bought. And it was in my basement, which anybody who knows my old apartment knows that if you were in the basement, because we lived on the top floor, it was like a top apartment and then a bottom apartment and then the basement, obviously. And then, if you knew my last apartment, you would know that you couldn't hear shit from the basement. The basement was soundproof, right? So this was a weekend where my landlord, yes, my landlord lived below us, was out of town, right? My mom knew nothing about this. I, hid it so well, she didn't know nothing. And my mom's the type where she's after she gets home from work, she freaking sits, watches Netflix, makes herself a little pizza and relaxes, minds her own business, right? So, people started arriving and she didn't even notice, she didn't even hear people. And, sorry, something freaky is going on outside. I hear screaming, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, so next thing I know, people start coming in. My mom doesn't know a thing. I'm like, keep it down, go in the basement. And all these people, more people than I ever imagined, started showing up. My basement was a decent size, but my basement was packed within a half hour. There was so many people there. And back in the day when this was, we were really into partying, we were, seniors, there was this gay-ass group called the Turn Up Crew or something like that. Anyways, they ruined every party they fucking came to, for real. Of course, they show up at mine. So, but that's not... There was some people that were a part of that were cool, I was friends with, that weren't as gay as the rest of them. But anyways, so this place, my basement starts filling up, right? And people are getting fucking wasted. There's this one little skinny, scrawny kid that's a friend of my brother's that is just sipping off everyone's bottle, fucking going ham, drinking beer after beer, right? Within probably an hour and a half, this kid's wasted out of his mind, right? I go outside my side door, right? I had this fence, around my driveway, like the side of my driveway up to my garage, right? And I go out to the side door and there's like 11 guys pissing on my fence outside. And you know, I got neighbors and shit, and I'm like, shit, I totally didn't even think about when people have to piss. So I'm like, hurry up. I keep telling people, hurry up, guys. Chop, chop, piss faster. Come on. Like, I don't want this to get busted. And anyways, so I'm like stressing out already. It's only been like 2 hours into the party. But everybody, you go downstairs, there's like neon lights hanging up. People are playing beer pong. People are playing card games. People are rapping in the corner, having rap battles. Everybody's like, yo, solid party, Danielle. I'm like, I know. So I was like, this is gonna give me mad cred. But anyways, so my friend, who was supposed to be my partner, is supposed to help me look out for people, is fucking wasted and keeps freaking hanging all over this one guy. So I'm like, shit, like I'm by myself. Like, I gotta hold the fort down by myself, right? So I thought of the idea, okay, go upstairs, lock your front door and your side door. That didn't fucking work. People are going outside, smoking blunts in their car, fucking, you know, walking around the block smoking. And this is where it gets, like, crazy, okay, guys? Like, my heart's racing thinking about this, thinking back to this memory. So all of a sudden, someone comes running down the basement and they're like, the cops are here, the cops are here. This is 3 hours in to my party, right? And it was going pretty well. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what do I do? So I go upstairs, try to lock the door. Too late. They're already fucking coming in. I see the flashlight, like, with the door a little bit open. So I was like, everybody get down. I turned off all the fucking lights. This one kid, Aaron, I see him fucking, he was booking it, shutting off all the lights, turning down the radio and shit, telling everybody to duck. Thanks, Aaron, you really had my back that night. And so I went upstairs. I see that little scrawny kid that got fucked up in like the first hour and a half trying to go upstairs into my apartment. And I'm like, no, buddy, no. So my brother freaking grabs him by the back of the shirt, yanks him down back into the basement, and me and my brother go upstairs and we're just like playing it cool, right? Mind you, I'm dressed real cute. I'm like in this white, like, you know, pencil tight skirt and this like one shoulder pink fucking tank top or whatever. And the cops come upstairs because nobody's downstairs. That's where my landlord lives and he's out of town. The cop comes upstairs, right? And he's like, we got calls that there's a party going on here. And I'm like, no. Mind you, there's 2 girls that were using my bathroom up in my apartment. And I have to pretend like these bitches are my best friends right now. And that we're having a fucking sleepover. So he's like, so who are they? And I was like, oh, those are my best friends from school. We're just having a sleepover. And he's like, you dress like this to go to bed? I was like, I dress like this every day. Anyways, so my mom's like, what's going on? Like, she's completely clueless. And I'm like, oh, nothing. There must be a party going around somewhere. I don't know. I'm a good kid. My mom knows this. She knows I'm not. Anyways, so, so she's like, the cops were like, well, we got a call saying that the party was here, that they saw underage kids come in and out of this apartment with racks of beer and shit like that. And I'm like, no, officer, that can't be true. Like, that's not here. I mean, look at my apartment. I couldn't fit that many people in here. Like, I'm totally playing the role. And I don't think he's believing it. So he's like, he says some bullshit like, all right, well, you know, it's okay if you're drinking inside your house with your parents and you have your parents' permission as long as you stay inside the house. But having an underage party, your mom could get arrested and potentially a friend could have died tonight. And I was like, well, you don't have to worry about that because there's no party here. So he's like, all right, guys, have a good night. And he starts to leave, and I'm like, yes. I'm looking back at these bitches. I don't even know. I'm like, and and he starts walking downstairs, and I'm like, we're about to pull this off. We're about to get away with this. This is about to be the greatest party. Mind you, while he's walking down the stairs, there's about 150 kids piled in my basement. Not even joking, 150 kids piled in my basement. It was like the whole senior and junior class plus their friends. And, well, not, yeah, I mean, my school was really, really fucking small. So, I mean, that's a pretty big party for us because how small our school was. Anyways, my graduating class was only like, I think 300. I don't even know. Anyways, so he's about to walk out of the door. I'm still upstairs, like, I'm talking to my mom and shit. My mom still is like, she's like, why wouldn't they think there's a party here? Like, Anyways, so, I was like, I don't know, Mom. So all of a sudden, I hear the cop go by the basement door, and I'm freaking out. So I'm like, oh shit. So I run down there and I'm like, oh, hey, what are you guys doing? And I was like, oh, the front door's right here. Anyways, and so he pulls the basement door and he starts walking down, and I'm like, no, we were just about to get away. And he's like, well, what do we have here with this flashlight? He's like, everybody upstairs, outside, sit on the lawn. And I'm like, oh shit. So all of a sudden, they make every single kid sit on my front lawn. I'm telling you, my lawn was filled with underage kids, drunk as fuck, high as fuck, sitting on my front lawn. I'm standing on the porch like, what have I done? I'm a monster. Look what I created. And I mean, even though this night was kind of legendary to me, I mean, man, it was very hard to clean up. So anyways, oh shit, is my eyelash falling off? You bitches didn't tell me? Oh my gosh, my eyelash is falling off. Hold on guys, pause in the story. There we go, and it's fixed. Okay, so, where was I? Okay, so they're all sitting on the lawn, 150 kids. The cops even counted them, so that's how I know for a fact that there was 150 kids. Anyways, so all of a sudden the cop says, okay, who's got weed? And, you know, not worried, and they didn't ask, like, you know, who's got alcohol, something that could actually kill them while trying to get home, or, you know, who's drunk and can't get home, not worrying really about our safety. They're just like, who's got weed? So some people were like, oh shit, I do, because he's like, if you guys don't tell us, if you don't give up the weed right now, we're gonna bring the canines and we're gonna search all of you. And so people were just like, I see people like whispering in the grass to the ground, like, just give it to them, like, and so people started pulling shit out of their pockets, start handing it to the cops, and they're like, okay, you can go, start sending everybody home as soon as they gave up their weed. Not their alcohol, right? Kids are still walking away with cases of alcohol, getting into their cars. They're about to go party at home, like, or somewhere else, like, alcohol that could actually get them killed while driving. They worried about their weed, which would have done nothing. So anyways, oh, this fucking eyelash, guys. Sorry guys, it's a new pair and I'm trying to break them in. Okay, anyways, so let me do this. There we go. So, as people start leaving, right, and there's still kids sitting on my lawn, I see one of my friends holding beer out the window, waving to me, just like, hey, driving by. I'm like, hey, what's up? Yep, we got busted. And so, then, you know, everybody was gone at this point, right? And they waited for the cops to leave, right? And they start coming back into my apartment, right? And the cops, not the people, sorry if anybody just got confused. So once everybody was gone, the cops came back into my house, starts asking my mom questions. I'm running up the stairs. I'm like, no, please don't arrest my mom. She had no idea. She had no idea. And so the cop starts interrogating my mom. He's like, he's like, how can you tell me that you didn't know there was 150 kids in your basement, all underage, drinking and getting high? And my mom's like, I had no fucking idea. Like, you can't even hear shit from the basement, which you really can't. It's completely soundproof, which I think is because my landlord was a fucking weirdo, and I'm pretty sure he fucked his cats. Like, I'm not even kidding. Anyways, so he was questioning my mom, and she was like, I didn't fucking know. And so he turns to me and he's like, how did these kids get this alcohol? And I was like, they all brought it themselves. Like, because my mom wasn't going to buy no underage kids alcohol. And like I said, my mom's chill, but she's not that chill. And so I was like, my mom does not know about this. Like, this was all done behind her back. And he's like, I just find it hard to believe that you didn't know that there was a party going on under your roof. And she's like, I didn't. She's like, I didn't hear shit. I've been watching a movie with my younger son. And the cop was like, all right, well, if this happens again, you know your mom will get arrested. We're going to give this a warning. We're going to make sure those kids don't come back. And he's like, don't do this again. It was a very stupid idea. Someone could have died tonight driving home. And I'm like, right, like you care. That's why you took the weed instead of their alcohol. That's cheek-to-walk cops for you. Anyways, so that is my story on how I got my mom almost arrested. My banger got busted. And yes, I'm sitting on the toilet, but I'm not taking a shit. It's just because this is the only place I can get peace and quiet. Alright guys, thank you for watching my longest video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. And make sure, what was I about to say? Oh, follow my other social media, which is down below. And I'll see you guys next Thursday.